Alright parents, listen up. Did you know that school lunches are linked to childhood obesity? A recent study showed that 1 in 3 kids who regularly eat school lunches are overweight and more likely to have LDL, bad cholesterol. But the schools aren't all to blame. Many schools offer salad bars and other healthy alternatives, but it's up to the children to make the healthy choice. Get educated and get involved. Talk to your kids. Help them develop healthy habits now. One group in Lawrence, Kansas is educating kids one lunch at a time. The Farm to School project, composed of local residents, chefs, business owners, farmers, and parents, worked together to bring the students and staff of Cordley Elementary a lunch they soon wouldn't forget. It was a delicious, all-local, non-processed, organic lunch. The weeks leading up, the students learned more about the importance of local and organic farming. Organizers and farmers visited the classrooms to teach the kids about the food they eat and why local organic food is so important for growing bodies. The students enjoyed these in-class presentations and visits from the baby chickens. The students even helped gather eggs, harvest strawberries, and make pasta for the meal. On Friday, May 21st, eagerly awaiting their lunch, the students were shown a short video to introduce them to all the farmers who made the meal possible.
We've all heard the saying, you are what you eat. But have you ever really stopped to think about it? Where your food comes from and what it went through to get to you?
Large dairies, some of what they do is different. Thousands and thousands of cows.
If it came from a large industrial type of farm, there's every chance it could have been sprayed with chemical pesticides.
Chemical fertilizers or herbicides or insecticides.
Hormone injections on the cows.
There is no regulation on letting the consumer know particularly what's been used on those products.
Those cattle that are fed grain are always in what they call feedlots, real close quarters.
You know, in December and you buy a cellophane wrapped tomato and bring it home and slice it and think you're going to taste tomato, chances are fairly slim.
Like our cattle, they're out in the pasture all 365 days a year.
Well, today you'll know for sure, because today's food comes from your neighbors, local farmers. Today's menu is beef or cheese lasagna with Alma cheese and Iric tomatoes, and whole wheat pasta made by you at 7:15. Whole wheat breadsticks from M&M Bakery. Fresh salad with lettuce and turnips from Hoyland Farm. Hilltop Farm eggs, Mad Farm radishes, Moon and Meadow green onions, and Wollett's Farm strawberries. Strawberry rhubarb crisp with JCC Student Farm rhubarb, Anthony's Beehive honey, and Wollett's Farm strawberries picked by you.
See a hole, and then you can see the sugar, the little tiny ducks that I showed.
And of course, Iwig Family Dairy Milk. Mmm.
My name is Bob Leminska, and the farm is Hoyland Farm. Grow a lot of greens. I mean, it's kale, a lot of Asian greens.
My name is Mike Ryan. I'm assistant farm manager here at the Johnson County Community College Student Farm here in Olathe.
We grow a lot of lettuce. You know, we have 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 different kinds of lettuce.
We grow all kinds of things out here. Last season we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 different crops from tomatoes and carrots up through different kinds of lettuces, arugula, turnips, radishes. We do raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, and a number of other things throughout the season.
Spinach.
Tomatoes, sweet bell peppers, various herbs. There are plums out there. There are table cherries, pie cherries, and different varieties of pears. So, oh, and I also have table grapes. And strawberries. So we sort of have a mixed fruit salad, I guess you'd say.
Do root crops like radishes and turnips.
We have sheep, and they're not meat producers. They are for the wool. I'm a spinner and a weaver.
I'm Tim Iwig, and I run Iwig Family Dairy, and we milk our own cows, and we take our milk from the cow all the way to the consumer, and that we process it through our own plant and bottle it in glass bottles, deliver to stores, and sell to consumers right here at the farm. We're producing in the neighborhood of 600 gallons of milk per day, and bottling a little over half of it, and the other half is going on a tanker.
Potatoes, several kinds of potatoes and sweet potatoes.
I'm Mel, and we've lived here about 15 years.
And I'm Joyce, and MJ is MJ Ranch, and we've learned some time ago about the importance of eating healthy, and we learned after educating ourselves that 100% grass-fed beef is the best beef you can eat.
We have about 50 cows right now, and then we have their last year's calves, and then the last year before that, so probably about 160.
Summer squash, a lot of tomatoes, especially a wide variety of cherry tomatoes.
So why eat local food?
I think it's so good to buy local. Wouldn't it be neat if our community could supply the community with local fresh food that wasn't shipped in?
There's been studies showing that the time a calf is born to be buy it in the supermarket, it travels about 1,400 miles.
Organic, you have to meet certain standards. Can't use chemical fertilizers or herbicides or insecticides. And under organic standards, it's not just not using things, it's also engaging in certain practices. I mean, you have to do things to support wildlife, soil conservation, that sort of thing.
From my point of view, I just don't think that there's a whole lot of place for chemicals in our food system.
It's not good for the environment, it's not good for our health, and it's not good for the animals.
If it came from a large industrial type of farm, there's every chance it could have been sprayed with chemical pesticides. Again, we don't know what those are. There is no regulation on letting the consumer know particularly what's been used on those products. A lot of the food that's available to us year-round at the grocery store, at a typical grocery store, has traveled hundreds if not thousands of miles from different parts of the world, other hemispheres. A lot of those foods that are bred to travel are done so on a basis where taste suffers and the nutritional quality of the food suffers as well.
There are other dairy farmers, and a lot of other farmers do the kind of work that I do and take good care of their cows. We don't inject our cows with BST.
They're served on a much quicker rotation. They're not being packed and shipped halfway across the country. So the nutrient level and the sugars are higher. It's that farm to table thing that it's just a much quicker turnaround.
There's less of a separation between the people who are growing the food and the people who are consuming it. There is less time, chronologically and travel time as well, between when the food is picked or harvested and when it arrives on the consumer's plate.
We can't always have everything all year round. I mean, we have to come to a point of understanding that we can't always have fresh strawberries. That's not the way it's meant to be. The absence of something makes you more, this is like absence makes the heart grow fonder, but I think it also makes taste buds grow fonder, that you anticipate that first harvest of a field-ripened tomato.
So I think there are taste advantages there as well as nutritional advantages.
Scott, I think you have much more complex microbiological life in the soil, and I just think that's good for the plants, and I wouldn't swear they taste better, but people say they do. So
we have healthy animals, and I'd like to see them stay well. We're certified by American our Animal Welfare Approved, which means we give humane treatment to our animals. We take care of them, and that's the way it should be. We should take care of them, they take care of us.
Every day we make choices of what to eat, where to eat, what to buy, where to shop. Where does your food come from? Enjoy today's meal. It was made specially for you. By you. And remember, always be mindful of what you eat.
So, how'd they like the meal?
Absolutely amazing. I wish we had that every day.
They loved it.
Strawberry, is it good food?
Yep.
You like the food?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Lasagna. Awesome.
And it's all thanks to everyone who made it possible.
Mostly the salad.
All the volunteers, organizers,
You like the lunch?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
Strawberries.
chefs, teachers, sponsors.
What was your favorite part?
The bread.
Really good bread?
Really good meat.
Is your plate empty because you ate everything?
And of course, the farmers.
Local farmers are actually doing better because they don't have to ship from Brazil to here or from Brazil. It's really close.
After quarterly's success,
Do you like it? Better? You guys like your food? Is everyone pretty happy with it? Would you prefer to eat this stuff all the time?
Yes, all the time.
Farm to School hopes to take this program to other local schools this fall.
How do you guys like the food?
Awesome.
It's really good. What's your favorite? All of it?
Farm to School is making a difference, one lunch at a time. And you can too, by talking to your children about healthy eating choices. Together, we can create a healthier future for school lunches.
Awesome. Amazing. Absolutely. Lasagna was amazing. I think the next year should be changed. The school lunch should be changed. Before he got to the table. Yeah.
I think right now, we as a community, we as a nation, we as a planet are at a very pivotal time as far as our food consumption, our need, our distribution. So, I mean, you know, you don't have to go too far, you don't have to listen too much to hear that. And I just feel really fortunate to be in Douglas County where I think that's paramount. I think people are hearing it, people are demonstrating it like Linda is with the Cordley Elementary School. I just think there are a lot of great things going on right now about local food systems.